Good morning from the Gambia, from Bakau, in Kachikali right now with one of the most famous local, also the Alkalo of the place, Mr. Bojang. We thank you for obliging us the opportunity to interview you today about the history of Kachikali. We've heard so many stories about Kachikali, and since you are the Alkalo and the descendants of the Bojang family, you will give us first-hand information about this place. So thank you for being here with us today.
Okay, thank you. You are all welcome. I'll start with the settlement. Why my family decided to settle in Bakau.
Okay.
Yeah, because the purpose of their coming here is palm wine tapping. They are palm wine tappers. And then when they come to Bakau, they found that the area is blessed with so many things. First, the land and the sea. And there is a lot of palm trees around.
We are at the crocodile pool. So when you say Kachikali, what does the name Kachikali mean?
Yeah, Kachikali is a code. It's a sacred code. You know, all sacred sites has codes, sacred codes.
So it has no traditional meaning to it.
Of course, it has meaning. You know, codes are something which are hidden. You know, things.
Okay.
You know, so you use codes to open things. You use codes
To solve mysteries.
to solve things and so on. So that's it.
Okay.
That's it.
That's nice. So, how did the crocodile pool came about, or how did it come into existence, and who are the founders of the pool?
As I said, my family first settled here, the Bojangs. So one day, Chomping Bojang, who was the eldest son then, was tapping. So while tapping, he heard a baby crying. So as he looked down, he saw a woman standing by a well. And then the woman said, "Can you please help me take this baby out from this pool?" And he was surprised. And then immediately he came down and lift the baby out from the pool and gave it to the lady. And the lady said to him, "This site is sacred sites. As of today, I'll give it to you and your family. It has a lot of spiritual powers. And you can heal different purposes, like women who are barren, people who are sick who cannot be cured scientifically, and so on, and other personal problems."
The history of the crocodiles. How did they come to be at the pool, and how many do we have right now in the pool?
Okay, the Chomping, the founder, has two sons called Tambas and Jari. So one day they went into the swamp. They found two small crocodiles, and they brought the small crocodiles with them. And they saw it to their father. He said, "Okay, go and put it in the well at Kachikali, so for protection." So they put the crocodiles in the well, and as you know, the Bojang families are associated with crocodiles everywhere. So till then, we have the crocodiles here, but they have nothing absolutely with the spirituality of the site.
So the spirituality of the site is from the water itself.
Yes, and the entire area.
You talked about women, barren women coming and people coming to solve their problems within the place. So do you have a special room or place or who performs the spiritual healing?
Yes, we have a site which is identified for to serve those purposes. It is there, and when you come for for spiritual healings, yes, there is a way to do it. And when you come for when women who are barren also has a way to do it. You see, so and other problems too also.
So how are you connected to the entire place? Is it it's a family heritage, yes? And how are you running the place with employees?
Yeah, as of now, I am the elder son of the family, so automatically I am. But my fathers are there at home, so I am taking care of the pool and taking care of the spiritual aspect also. And as I said, the pool is serving about 2 or 3 purposes. That is the spiritual purposes of the site and the social, the political aspect of it. So when it comes to the social aspect of it, that has to be dealt with my parents. That is the higher part of it. So, but anything that I have to deal with spirituality here, I am here to attend to those things. Yeah.
So you perform the spiritual healing?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So if people come with their problems, they talk to you.
Yeah, and if they are females, my sisters will take care of you.
Okay.
And if you are men, a man will take care of you. So this is how it goes.
So how old is the pool, like from Jambi Bojang till now? How many generations?
The settlement is different from the discovery of the site.
Okay.
Yeah. We could say as of it's about 1,200 now, years now, since this pool has been discovered.
1,200 years?
Yes, yes.
Oh, that's a lot of generations.
Yeah. Bakau is a very old settlement. Then there was no Serakunda, there was no Latrikunda, there was no all these small. If you follow the migration patterns of the Bojang family, from Kafuta down to Pirang, Faraba, Brikama, to Yundum and Lameng, and so on up to Bakau. The entire area is Bojang settlements.
So you talked about the social and political part of the crocodile pond. Can you tell us a little bit more about those two sides? Because you talk more about the spiritual side of this pond.
Yeah, the political aspect of it is it generates income for the family and as well as the government.
Okay.
Because of the nature, the calmness of the crocodiles and the site attract tourists.
Okay.
So it is the most visited site in the Gambia. And Kachikali is an area which is advertised by the Gambia tourism authorities and many tourist operators. So, but for us to advertise Kachikali is taboo, is out of our culture.
Okay. So what about the social side?
Yeah, the social side is women who are barren also have an association which is working with Kachikali crocodile pool. We fund them. We have cultural activities with them, and spiritual activities also with them. And the society also, as I said, when there are problems within the society and so on, like conflicts and so on, the entire town will come to seek prayers from this pool.
From this place.
Yes. And it goes on like that to the country. Most of the presidents who Jawara was brought here first, and most of these political leaders come here also for reason known to them.
What kind of social activities do you guys have? Do you guys have cultural performances and all those kind of events?
Yes, we have cultural events like the digging of the pool,
Okay.
which everybody in the town has to contribute. Big ceremonies has to be done, and the crocodiles will be informed, and they will stay out from the pool, and people will go inside and dig the pool, and it's a big ceremony. So from there we have other sites, secret sites in Bakau. We'll go there, and then from there we'll go to the sea. Everybody will swim, and we pray, then we disperse.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you communicate with the crocodiles and they
Yes.
stay away
Yes,
from the
yes.
pool for the
Yes.
activities to take place.
Yes.
Oh, that's pretty amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. It's so interesting. So right now I see a lot of people and a lot of guides. How many employees do you have here as full-time staff?
Well, in the high season we have 12 to 13,
Okay.
which include guides, cleaners, and those who take care of our accounts and so on and so forth. So, but when the season is low, as of now, well, we are almost concentrated on the spiritual aspect of it now, because there is no tourism and so on. So we still maintain cleaners, some guides, but we have to let go some because there is no tourists coming. So we only deal with the spiritual aspect of it. Yes.
So there's a museum and a trail forest walk within around the pond.
Yeah.
What can you tell us about these two places?
Yeah, we created an ethnographic museum to add value to the site, because tourists do come and watch crocodiles and go. So we decided to, put some artifacts which will add value, and then it could generate some income also, which is very good for us and for everybody. Yeah.
Okay. So what about the forest trail walk?
Yeah, the nature trail is as this is in the brochure. You have different species of bats, lizards, snakes, and trees and so on. So it is very interesting to.
When we look at the museum,
Yeah.
it looks like huts.
Yeah.
And it has like really strong corrugates and all of that. So
Yeah.
can you tell us how you guys came about building and who did the planning and everything?
Yeah, when I discussed this with my fathers, and then they said, anyway, it is your generation. For us, our main concern is conservation. You have to be very careful with that. So I said, okay, I'll be very careful not to damage trees or any other, plants and so on. So, and this area was entire empty. So I said I'll start collecting, artifacts and so on. I've been doing this for 3, 4, 5 years, and then I went to the NCAC, National Council for Arts and Culture, because they are technically aware of display of museum artifacts, history, and so on. So at first, It was a push and pulling. They said, no, it is not an idea, good idea. And we insist that it is a good idea. We have support from the UNESCO that, yes, it is a good idea that to have a museum which will interpret the culture of that society. Then we start with one gallery, and then second gallery, third gallery, and then we started having more tourists, and we start the fourth one and the fifth one. So yes, and yet we continue on collecting history also, and migration patterns of every family of Bakau. We have oral histories also from our elderly people who spoke about different activities within the society, like circumcision, wrestling, marriage, festivals, and so on. So we have collected all those oral history. And most of those are even with the National Council for Arts and Culture at their Department of Research and Documentation. And the museum is the most visited site also throughout the Gambia. So that's a good achievement also. And what we are doing now is to interpret each marks rate, the history behind it, to put it in a brochure, you know, to sell it to the tourists, and that also we hope will generate some income for us. So we are starting that very soon. Although the tourism has a bit interruption because of the corona, yes, but it keeps us strong. We have time. It gives us time also to do more work because we have less tourists and less busier, so we concentrate on research and documentation also.
So this COVID period has given you time to do more research, do some renovations.
Yeah.
So how often do you clean the pool? Since crocodiles live there and they hardly come out.
Yeah, we have done this last year. I have photographs, video, photographs, and so on. So as I said, in this time, it is a bit difficult, and it is a rainy season, a lot of trees, so we do cleaning, but not as active as when the rainy season is gone. So we have more cleaners to come and help us clean the area. Yeah.
What is your message to the people out there who have either have misconception about the place or have wrong history about the place or have some kind of doubts about what Kachikali is all about?
Well, for my family, as I said, we don't advertise any aspect of the pool. And the pool has been here for hundreds of years. And we respect people's opinion also. But what we believe is Kachikali has spiritual powers, and that has been proven many times. And yes, people have their opinions. We respect that also. All the catastrophes we're having in the world now is because of lack of respect for the environment. You know, when I mean environment, I mean exclusive. The animals, the trees, the plants, everything. You know, is a biodiverse world. So we have to learn to live with our environment. That, for instance, if you look at the crocodile pool today, people has encroached much into the crocodile pool. So they are taking the heritage from them. So things like that we have to be very careful, not to encourage in environments that will destroy our animals, birds, and insects. So these are very important aspects of our environment. You know? So as you see, these pandemics are caused by, lack of respect for animals. And the whole world is hit. The corona is from I don't know which animal. SARS is chickens and so on and so forth. So they have different impacts. Once you interfere with the environment, it pays back. And we pay a very bitter price. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Bojang. This is the end of our interview session. We're going to bring you more of the different sections of the Kachikali pond, and we want to say thank you for following us in this interview. You'll enjoy this in the magazine. Thank you.